ice thug? I love it.
I was an ice thug, son.
So tell us about that.
So it was actually one of the first things that happened when I met B-Love at one of the competitions, and I idolized him, right? I was like, oh my God, B-Love, like, you know, and he was super cute, cool human, was super nice, gave me his number and was like, yo, if you're ever gonna come down to LA, give me a holler, you know? So I was like, I'm going to LA.
Yeah.
So I showed up, slept on his couch for like a couple days. And all of a sudden the phone rings and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. That sounds fun. And he goes, do you want to go try out for a Batman movie? I'm like a full-on comic book nerd, right? Like I have like verging on probably 1,000 comic books.
Sick.
That I've collected since I was a little kid, right?
DC or Marvel?
Mostly Marvel, but I do like
Stan Lee, shout out.
Well, my kids are named Logan and Xavier.
Yes, we talked about that. It's so cool.
So I'm an X-Man fan.
Me too.
So I'm like, are you serious? Like, he's like, yeah. So we go, and I'm huge, right? So I'm way bigger than most skaters. So I used to be a gymnast, so I do these big front flips over this launch box. I can barely do anything on a quarter pipe, but I can do a launch box like a front flip, right? And so I do this thing, and the guy who's casting is like, who's that big guy? And so they tell me, we want you to be in this movie. And I literally would have did it for free, right? Like I was like,
sure.
I get to be in a fucking Batman movie.
Yeah,
This is gonna be amazing. And then I think Chris Mitchell was running it, and he's like, don't ever say that out loud again. He's like, don't ever say that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So we got paid. I mean, like a lot of money, like more money than I made more money doing that than my mom had like ever made, right? Like
just from that movie, just from that
movie. So that
wow.
allowed me. And then I even to this day, I still get residual checks. I'll get a $60 residual check like every couple months.
No way.
That's so sick.
And my wife opens it up and she's like, I guess we're going to sushi. Like
that's so sick.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Went and did the movie with like Dave Cardoza and Michael Palak, and shoot, there was a ton of us that were doing it, and Corey Miller, and they so yeah, and then on top of being the ice thug, I got a little bit hurt on set, and then I got to do, somehow I turned into like a speaking extra. So there's a part where I sing, and because I sang and actually spoke words, my name is actually, it doesn't just say Ice Thug, it actually has my name in the thing. So the movie's not the great, it's actually probably the worst Batman movie ever made. But
you gotta tell people you're in Batman, that's it. You don't gotta say which one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an IMDb page and shit too.
Yeah, I knocked George Clooney down.
Damn, that's sick.
He was like, we were supposed to be like looking like we're trying to catch the this big ass diamond with the hockey sticks, and he's like, yo man, we gotta sell it, like you can't baby. I like came in and was all like, fell down, and he was like, that looked pathetic, you gotta hit me, I was like, okay. So I Mack trucked his ass. Boom.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
I lowered the shoulder and was like, bang. And the director was like, what are you doing? And I was like, but he told me to do it, Like,
yeah.
And to his credit, he's like, I did tell him to hit me. I'm like, okay. And so they took me out of that scene because I blasted him.
We gotta see those outtakes.
Such a good story though.
Yeah, that's funny.